Alright, I am live. We are hanging out today. Double stream day on this lovely Wednesday. Gonna be playing some Minecraft on the RetroCraft streaming world. Let's get started. Alright, everything is looking good. I believe it's looking good. Alright. So, Monday, we did a lot of enchanting. A lot. We are getting geared up, ready for a good Nether exploration. So, yeah, we need to. Because we need to make sure we have good gear. We just need to get more Nether things, especially for our build that we're working on, our cleric trading station and potion brewing area. We definitely need to. Here's what we have so far. We did this Sunday night. Sunday evening. I stream on Monday, Wednesdays, and Sundays. Wednesdays are sometimes a double stream day. So this is what we have started. We definitely need more of these guys. More brewing stands. We need 2 over here. We need 3, 4, 7, 10, 12 in total. Oof. We need at least 12. So that means we need at least 12 blaze rods. We have a lot of the items to finish this build, but we definitely need that. We also need some of the warped wood. It was like the greenish blue wood, whatever color, whatever it's called, the greenish blue, but I think it's the warped stem, the warped wood. We need some of that for some trapdoors in here to separate. That, and I would like to be able to grow it on my own. We have some stuff for the crimson, so I'm not overly worried about that. But yeah, we've got a good start on this, so I'm pretty happy with this so far. We're gonna stream for kind of as long as I can take it, which for this first stream today, since today is a double stream day, we're gonna kind of stream as long as I can, stand to do it. I do have a hard cutoff before my kiddo gets off the bus, but besides that, we can just be good to go just until then. So we've got about 4 hours max. I probably won't stream that long, maybe 2.5, 3. But I am streaming again tonight, more Minecraft. We are going to just finish what we're doing here. So if we don't end up crafting everything, we're gonna keep going. And if we do end up crafting everything in this stream, enchanting everything that we need to, then we're gonna go exploring next one. Or if we get to going exploring on this one, we're gonna keep exploring. So we should have quite a bit of things to do in our streams today. I'm so excited. I'm not scared of exploring in the Nether. I think exploring the Nether is great. It's actually kind of fun. But you have to do it right. You have to make sure that you're being smart about it, especially if you are not completely set up for gear or things like that. You gotta be smart. We want to go in this smart. One of the reasons why we want to get our brewing station done is so we can convert these guys, because accidents happened while bringing in more masons. Accidents happened. So yeah, we definitely want to just be smart about exploring in the Nether. This isn't a hardcore world, so we don't need to worry about permadeath. We don't need to worry about any of that. but losing items is a hassle because it is just an investment in time, and when streaming is only time, it's really just time and energy, it can be a little bit frustrating. So we're going to try not to lose our things and try not to get caught up in the nether and doing things that would not be considered smart. So we're gonna try and do things pleasant. Ooh, on last stream, on Sunday stream, we also, check this. We had, let's see, that's 5 by 11, that's 55 double chests full. We've got even more. Oh, we've done a lot of AFK. Look at that, like almost half this wall is full. We're after we get our potion and our potion brewing station, cleric trading station done, we're gonna bring some. I believe it is the what are they called? Butchers? I think it's the butchers in here, so we can trade and get some more emeralds. So this could be another way for us to gather emeralds. I probably won't ever build a raid farm in this just because that requires a level of redstone I'm not really comfortable in doing. I'm not a huge redstone kind of guy. Like, I enjoy making redstone contraptions. But making a raid farm would really be pushing my abilities, my current abilities, and I'd have to learn a lot more. It'd be a fun learning experience. I'd love to do it in like a creative world, where I could really learn how to make the farm and then go into a survival world after building it a few times. I wouldn't want to build it in a survival world first. I definitely want to practice that one. You have to be pretty specific and pretty careful with that. But yeah, building it in like a test world I think would be fun, because then you wouldn't have to worry about making sure you have the necessary items with you all the time. And you could just really focus on learning how to build the farm. And that's what I'd want to do. But yeah, the biggest thing here that our biggest emerald source is just trading. Trading, I love. Because you get experience. You get a decent amount of experience. And you also get to utilize more things in Minecraft. Like, I feel like with a lot of automated farms, and I'm totally down with automated farms, we kind of stop interacting with items in Minecraft. We just kind of, fiddle with redstone, do something else. Fiddle with redstone, do something else. But that's one of the reasons why I like to make my builds look good, is it gives me more things to do, and it forces me, like, I wanna make builds that make me interact with more villagers. I think that's fun. Especially like with this. Did I have to put all my librarians underneath my sugarcane farm? No. Does it probably make more work for myself? Yes. But is it kind of interesting because it makes me interact with them and makes me kind of come to my sugarcane farm periodically to trade and to convert sugarcane into paper? Yeah. So it's one of the reasons why I like in this world, in the series, I am kind of forcing myself to spend time in each farm by placing the villagers that go with them in there. And gosh darn, it's fun. It's a fun challenge to try to accommodate having loads of traders in an area. So we didn't get as much sugarcane in an overnight AFK session as I would have wanted, but we still should get quite a bit. And we have still not received, still not gotten the rest of our traders, which is kind of frustrating, not gonna lie. It is a tad bit frustrating, like this guy. Come on, we need what, 3 more? Yeah, 3 more. Those last 3 are becoming quite difficult to get. Let's see, what do we need left? Fire protection 4, lure 3, and protection 4. Now protection 4 and fire protection 4 we actually have as a secondary trade on some of these villagers. Totally fine. But we want each villager to have the trade. We want 1 villager per trade. Having ones that already have it as a secondary trade, totally fine. Not mad about it. It's just kind of my goal for this is to have 1 villager per enchantment. Knockback 1, no thank you. What do you got for me? Loyalty 3, no thank you. Why am I being polite to villagers? Because look, we keep them locked in cages all the time. We can at least be polite. You know, it's one of those things like it's the shopping cart test, showing like how moral you are. Like, do you have to put the shopping cart back in the little shopping cart receptacle? No, especially in America, we don't have a lot of the American shopping malls don't and grocery stores don't have like the little quarter or coin ones that you need to like get your coin back. Oh, we need to go in here. But you don't have to put it back, but showing that you do shows that you respect the people's time. So they don't have to hunt down carts. People don't have to make sure they don't run into a cart in the in the parking lot. Look at that sword. It's costing me 22 levels, but look at that sword. Looting 3, fire aspect 2, knockback 2, sharpness 5, sweeping edge 3, mending, unbreaking 3. That is a beautiful sword. Beautiful. Alright, let's work on the fortune pickaxe. So we're going to do mending, breaking as a book, efficiency 5, and fortune 3 as a book. Oh, we need more levels. Okay. Ooh, I guess we could do it more here. Getting LinkedIn notifications. Oh, he's on that job hunt. Hey, Mark Mac, what's up? How are you doing today? Awesome. You chilling before Nim streams later on? That's all right, man. Like, I always feel like it's weird. Oh yeah, creeping, that's fine. Creeping's okay. I always feel like when people try to pit streamers against each other, or like saying, you know, some people are like, I only watch this streamer. I'd feel weird if I watched a different streamer. I'm like, it's like a TV show. Like, you can watch whoever you want to watch. Like, it doesn't bother me as long as, you know, you're not watching some crazy like someone who's doing horrible things or saying horrible things. That to me would be more hurtful, because I'll be like, oh, how can you enjoy their content and mine? Ugh, like what about us both is there in common, you know? But like, Nims plays Minecraft. I play Minecraft. Totally fine. I'm actually probably going to watch Nims after I stream too. But yeah, it's always so weird when like I see people trying to pit streamers against each other, or what's worse is when some streamers will try to pit other streamers against themselves by saying they're taking away views or things like that. I find that so strange. Like the quote-unquote hot tub streamers. Like, one, if people are watching those streamers, they might not be in your demo to begin with, so they're not, like, those streamers aren't taking them away. And two, like, high quality streams on the internet were kind of created and fostered through lewd and sex work content in the late 90s and early 2000s. Like, Twitch wouldn't be here if content like that didn't exist. Finish off this, I believe, or at least get close. Boom, boom. Okay, we are going to do, let's see, this is the fortune one, so we are going to go fortune finder. Oh yeah, fortune finder. Well, what are you up to today, Mark Mac? If you don't mind me asking. Teleworking and Twitch. Oh man, I hear that. I teach virtually, and it's with a private company, private education company. So they contract with districts from around the United States, and but a lot of schools have been getting out, or teachers haven't been needing subs, because I'm just subbing right now. Because I joined kind of too late in the year to get courses assigned to me. So I've just been subbing, which is fine. I can sub whatever class that I want. But since teachers either haven't been needing subs or schools have been getting out, I don't have anything to do. So I'm like really going to get into my double stream Wednesdays. And do stuff around the house. Like, we had a cracked toilet seat on one of our bathrooms, so I had to replace the toilet seat, which I did yesterday. Tomorrow, I'm probably gonna go and replace our kitchen faucet because our kitchen faucet has been acting very strange. Like it's been leaking all the way through in all of the crevices. So I'm gonna try and get that fixed. We have another faucet that we bought at Home Depot, so I get to figure out how to switch a faucet. I'm excited. But I like that stuff. I really like putting things together, tearing stuff apart. It's fun. Ah, you've gotten a trade, but it's not a good trade. You've got a trade. Also not a good trade. What about you? You got a trade yet? Not a good trade. Those are my last 3. And then I'll have one of every single enchantment. This was a huge undertaking. I got most of them actually, like well over half within the first live stream that I moved all the villagers down here. Like I got almost all except maybe 3 or 4 over here, and then I got like maybe 6 or 7 over here on this side, and these are split essentially in half. There's 18 and then 17, and then I have the curses under here, the curse of vanishing and curse of binding. Yeah, my goal is wherever like since these guys do paper trades, I'm gonna put them where my sugarcane farm is. My pumpkin and melon farm has farmers that trade pumpkin and melons. So that is my goal on all of my farms, is to have the appropriate villagers assigned with them so I can do emerald farming. That, and it gives me an excuse to visit my builds. Makes me kind of appreciate what I've built and how I interact with things. That, you know, gives me another reason to be creative, because I want to enjoy looking at the build that I'm in. But this is by far my biggest undertaking in moving villagers. Like, my carrot farm has 5, my pumpkin and melon farm has 5. I do have like a trading center for armorers and masons and weaponsmiths and toolsmiths, and I trade iron there. My iron farm isn't too far away. But I'm gonna do the same thing with like my a potato farm and a wheat farm and a beetroot farm. I'm just gonna have farmers underneath there. And I'm gonna have butchers underneath my sweet berry farm. I actually have it kind of planned out. Like I have I have the space all set out, and I have a sign there reminding me to do it. So I'm excited. It's going to be really cool. Because butchers will let you trade sweet berries, I think, as their last trade. I think it's their last trade or one of their last trades. Ooh, question, Mark Mac. So I've been playing around a lot with my sound and audio balance. So like balancing my music and game volume and mic volume. Does it sound okay? Is there anything I could improve on? Okay, good. I have some really cheap sound panels. Like, they're not great. Like here, they are very flimsy and thin, but they have a shape that'll help catch sound. And yeah, so I have them not strategically placed, but they are. Didn't even notice, so that's probably a good thing. I have them kind of around my desk setup to help catch some of the sound, and I've got a big blanket off here to my left to catch some sound. But yeah, I've been trying to improve my setup a little bit. So yeah, if my sound ever doesn't sound good, I always encourage people to be like, hey, music's probably a little too loud, or hey, can't quite hear you. Clawley, what's up? How are you? Clawley, it's a double stream day. I am great. It's a double stream day, so I'm going to be streaming for a couple hours now, and then I'll probably stream until Nims gets on. That's going to be my cutoff, because he usually starts streaming like an hour and a half or so before my daughter gets off the bus. So that's how I kind of know what my cutoff is. And then, yeah, I'll be streaming later tonight at 9:30. Ooh, let's mending and breaking. Silk touch and efficiency 5. No. Yes. And let's change your name to Silky. Now, Silk touch, Silky. Silky boy. Silky boy. There we go. But Clawley, you should see all of my librarians. I have one for each trade, one for each enchantment. So there's 18 on this side, 17 on this side. So that's 35 positive enchantments. And then I also have the 2 curses. It has taken me quite a while. But I just have 3 more trades to lock in. And then I'm good. Thanks. Oh, spam. Yeah, this is my sugar cane storage. So actually, let me show you. Let me give you guys a little tour. The villager wall. Thank you, Mark Mac. I appreciate it. So there are 3 floors so far to my sugarcane farm. My plan is to go to 10. So this is going to be my first mega build in this world, which is why I have so much storage in there. But yeah, I made a dome. Made a dome in here. And once I get to the end, I will have end rods that I'm going to place on those, or underneath those lightning rods to make a little chandelier. But yeah, that's going to be all sugarcane storage there. And then underneath, I'm slowly shipping out where the enchanted books are going to go. So, like, let's say I want to farm a bunch of mending books. I'll go to my mending village earth and then do that a whole bunch of time. Put it in the in the book deposit, and then it'll go down here, and then I can separate them out into all the different enchanting books. So I'm gonna have a couple of chests for each book type in under here, and I'm gonna make this look a little bit different under here. But yeah, it's gonna be my book storage. I might make it look like a library. I've been kind of playing around with that idea. Let's see, what do you got? Loyalty 3, don't need ya. Nothing. And loyalty 1, don't need ya. But yeah, I just need 3 more enchantments. Protection 4, Lure 3, and Fire Protection 4. And the Fire Protection and Protection 4 are, like, I have them as secondary trades, so I can still get them. Like I did on these. Like, I have Protection 4 on my helmet and on my chest piece. But yeah, it has been this has been a few streams. But yeah, it's going. Let's see. Pumpkin and melons. Ooh. Let me show you guys my my cleric trading hall and brewing room. So I actually made a video on TikTok. Let me see if I can do the things. Exclamation point TikTok. You can go there and see my brewing station and cleric trading station, and it'll show you the finished build of this that I did in creative. And yeah, there's going to be clerics here, 12, because it'll be 3, 3, 3, and 3. And then that'll be where I do my potion brewing. So my whole theme was based on like what if this was this village's old abandoned church, like a small village church. And so psychics and palm readers moved in, and you know, in the lore of this build, their bad mojo kind of corrupted this old church building and turned it into this. So that's kind of the story I'm putting behind it. But right now we are getting geared up for going into the Nether. That is my big goal in my live streams today, is getting completely geared up to go into the Nether, so we can get some more Nether blocks, especially blaze rods, because we need to make some brewing stands. But if you don't do TikTok and you just want to see me on the other socials, exclamation point socials, you can see all my other ones. I made a YouTube Shorts. All my TikToks get posted over to YouTube Short, especially the Minecraft ones. And I don't understand how the YouTube algorithm works. Like, I will have a video, like a YouTube short, get like 700 views. And then I will post another YouTube short that gets like 5 views. Similar tags and everything. It just gets different level of views. You had to delete TikTok, it was taking up too much of my time. Girl, same. Oh my gosh, I haven't deleted it, but I try to. Okay, so honestly, what keeps me from just scrolling on it endlessly is I watch it on PC. Like, I watch it on my computer. And so, and that forces me to only really watch from people I like that I already follow. Because scrolling on PC is not enjoyable. So yeah, watching on PC has really cut down how much time I spend on TikTok. But if like, thanks, Mark Mac, I appreciate it. My goal is to kind of try and build in different ways, and the potion brewing cleric, you know, that build is a different kind of building, creative building than I've ever done before. So that's kind of my goal, is to kind of stretch my, you know, creep outside my comfort zone a little bit and try something else, try some different kinds of building. But yeah, but Clawley, every time I have to go to the bathroom, I always like am just watching TikTok for 20 minutes, and then my kids will like kick the door in and be like, "Daddy, we want you to come play. Why are you pooping so long?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I was watching TikToks." It won't happen again. My 4-year-old gets very upset if I am in the bathroom for too long. She's like, I want to hang out with you. And I'm like, but I'm going to the bathroom. And she's like, but I want to be with you right now. I'm like, okay, I guess we're going to hang out in here while I go to the bathroom. And then she'll just sit on the floor and wait. I swear that's a dad thing, to stay in the toilet forever. It is. It is very much a dad thing. But I think like with like my dad, it was because like he legitimately probably had some intestinal issues, like pooping once a week or something. But like nowadays it's, oh, I'm watching videos on my phone, and that's why my legs fell asleep on the toilet. TikTok causes problems in the toilet. I mean, it might. It's one of those things where I don't fault anybody for like giving up TikTok or anything, because it's tough. It is. It can be very addicting, and if you have a hard time with that kind of stuff, I do not blame you in the slightest. It is very difficult to abstain from that. Especially if you want to kind of like stay involved in like the current, like in not current events, but like in current social subjects. TikTok is kind of like where everyone is, and having those conversations. That's where some of like the jokes and things like that come in. So it's, if you want to stay hip, you want to stay current, you feel like you almost have to stay involved in it and watch absurd amounts. But there's one thing about TikTok I do really enjoy, is that once you start following different people, your For You page is very unique to you. Like, my friends do not have the same For You page that I do. Like, I find myself in the many different corners of TikTok, and it's very strange. And like, it's different from like people who are a little bit more on the, I don't want to say popular side of TikTok, because there are different, the popularity is kind of genre based, but more on the current like A-list kind of pop stuff, like the Charli D'Amelio stuff, Addison Rae stuff. I think I think I was on that side of TikTok for probably the first week that I was on TikTok. And then once I started to really follow different people and different people, you know, sharing different hobbies and things like that, that's when my For You page took a turn. Ooh, this is my amethyst shard farm. I don't have the redstone quite right, but it does harvest. It's not automatic yet because I don't have slimes, but I want to show you guys this. It's gets shot into this water delivery system, and you can see the shards going up. I think that's the coolest thing. I had so much fun building this. This was my favorite thing to build so far. Like, I find so much amusement in just watching the shards just go up the water. And then they just go in here. And I leave the fronts on some of these that I can reach, so I can get like the different block states. You thought about farming honey with no slimes? Oh no, I need slime balls for like sticky pistons. So that's so I can make like the hopper clock with the sticky piston stuff. Like, I like to use that kind of redstone clock. But I do need slimes for like sticky pistons and stuff. I haven't gotten into bees yet on here. I did get into bees on Nims's Patreon server though. Like, my bee farm there is pretty intense. I've got lots of honey blocks, lots of honeycomb. It is intense. Yeah, I'm building up this because eventually I'm gonna make a crazy big nether wart farm. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do it yet. Yeah, it's just need it for redstone things. And I'm not a huge redstoner by any means, so like I usually just build what I like, what works. Nims was helping me out on the Patreon server for my giant mob farm that I made, and on the killing system. And the easiest way to get rid of them is just with fall damage. But I didn't build it with fall damage in mind, so it was built to like probably about 30 blocks too low for that. So we were trying to come up with a good way to make sure you kill like spiders and witches and everything all together without too much trouble. And since I built it kind of low, you can't do it with fall damage, which is the easiest way. So the way I did it is a little laggy, but it works. Which I'm like, that's all I care about. And he was like trying to figure it out. I think oh gosh, we were on until like 2 in the morning, trying to figure it out. Oh, I forgot to do the pumpkin side. Yeah, another reason why I need my brewing stand stuff done, so I can convert those guys. But I haven't built a big mob farm on here yet. I probably will, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yes, pumpkin. Pumpkin. I can't wait until I have the end rod so I can light up that chandelier in there. But like, I have some lit jack-o'-lanterns. Some jack-o'-lanterns behind there to kind of keep that lit up. And then I've got some lights under here so it stays relatively bright. And I'm in a mushroom biome, so I don't really have to worry about mobs spawning at all. So it just kind of depends. Oh, you have a dentist appointment. Now, is this like one of those dentist appointments where you're kind of scared that you have a dentist appointment? Or is it just like a routine thing? Or do you have to have like some serious dental work done? And if that's prying, you let me know. You tell me, be quiet. Oh, you're scared for every appointment. Okay, okay. Just a cleaning. Okay. I used to be scared of the dentist when I was a kid just because we were sweat in the dentist chair. I used to when I was a kid because I had bad teeth as a kid. Like we didn't have the best insurance. Like I was a Medicare kid. And we didn't always go when we were supposed to, so going to the dentist was always always hurt. But like being an adult and having health insurance, like and dental insurance, I'm like, I'm going because I want my teeth to last. And teeth are important. And like when I was in college and didn't have any health insurance or dental insurance because I was an independent student, like I had to have like a molar on each side removed, and it was pretty traumatic. Like those stories are pretty intense. Like you have to schedule time to go home and cry a bit afterward. That's tough. That's tough. I'm sorry the dentist is that traumatic for you. We, with our kiddos, we have to talk about it. So like with my girls, we talk about everything before we do something. So I didn't want my daughters to be scared of the dentist. My youngest is just leery of everyone. But she'll talk with us a little bit, and she's gotten better now that she's getting a little bit older. But my oldest, she loves the dentist. My 7-year-old Ellie, she loves the dentist so much. So much so that she made a little book. Like she drew a little like picture book for the dentist out of a couple pieces of paper and then stapled it together and made a little picture book. And he has it, he has like a display case of gifts he's gotten from kids and patients. And he put it like front and center on the shelf that's like her height. She loves the dentist. She's like, I like how the electric toothbrush thing makes my teeth feel. It kind of tickles my gums. And she has great teeth. She has a little bit of, it's not, she doesn't have like an overbite or an underbite, but it's like she may have to have braces later just for general alignment. Or it may just be like a retainer later on. But she loves the dentist. She thinks it's fun to spit after they clean your teeth and they make you rinse and then spit spit it out in the sink. She thinks that's hilarious. She accidentally spit on the floor once. But yeah, she loves the dentist. And I'm happy that she likes the dentist. Alright. Let's do our mending and breaking. Efficiency 5 and fortune. This is our Fortune spoon. Few years of severe depression, my teeth are not great, unfortunately. Yeah, I understand that. It's like, it's one of those things where you wouldn't necessarily think that would be something that you'd have to be concerned about with like mental health. But like, the way I look at it, especially after being diagnosed and having depression and anxiety for so long, is that those things exist in your brain, and your brain is a physical thing, and that physical thing of your brain takes care of the rest of your body, another physical thing. So like, depression, anxiety, anything that has to do with mental health can have effects on your physical health. So yeah, I can relate, but yeah, that's no fun. So hopefully everything goes great. Hopefully it's a good cleaning and it's pretty low impact on you. Hopefully nothing too arduous. I like going to the dentist now, because my dentist is a big dork. Like he and I talk nerd stuff, comic books and nerdy TV shows and things like that. We get into it. Tell you about your meds? No, if you want to share, that's awesome. I am more than willing to listen. Yeah. Officially 100% med free. Oh, fantastic! That's awesome. Now, is being med free something that that has been like a goal for you to be completely med free? I put my happy emote because I'm happy for you. Oh no, I don't want to give you my carrots. Look at all that XP just sitting there. But yeah, absolutely. After big life changes in therapy, I felt you need to get them off them. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. See how it goes. Yeah, like, it's a journey. Being on medication, trying to find the right medication that works for you, to where you can balance out the side effects versus what positively changes with you. Yeah, being on medicine is a journey all on its own, and having the goal of being off of it is huge. Being able to do that is awesome. That's something to be proud of. Good job, Clawley. That is awesome. I'm very happy for you. I don't know if I could, if I would be in the same boat with you there. Sticking with therapy is tough. A lot of people quit. Yes, agreed. Therapy is so hard, especially if there are people in your life that are still very old-fashioned in their views of therapy, and they may be part of the reason why you feel the need for therapy, or like they may be responsible for some trauma in your life, and they're the ones criticizing you or criticizing therapy or criticizing you for going to therapy. That can make it even more tough to stick it out. But turns out leaving a toxic, abusive marriage will do wonders for your mental health. I bet. I am I'm like I hesitate to say envious. I try not to place I try not to place weight of importance with other people. I don't know. For me personally, I don't think that's healthy, but I am envious of those who can go through life and not experience any sort of trauma or toxicity when it comes to relationships. And I'm envious in a good way, like, good for them. I want that for people, to not have to go through that. But on the flip side, I also want people to have access to therapy and medication and things like that, and other services if they do have that trauma and they do have that experience in bad relationships, and whether they be romantic relationships or familial or a personal friendship or anything like that. But yeah, I completely understand. I had to cut out some friends that I've had to go back and forth with before on whether I was going to whether I was choosing to spend time with them or not, just because of some of the feelings I would get, some of the things that they would say, and things like that, and how they would make you feel, and during certain activities, like my tabletop role-playing friends. We would constantly kind of butt heads in a lot of ways, and I just kind of got pushed over my limit to where a couple people wanted me to tolerate someone who was very racist, and has said personally racist things to me. And even though I am not a person of that particular race that they were insulting, I did not want to. I don't. And my perspective on that is, I don't have to tolerate that, and I don't have to be tolerant of people's racism. Like, I don't have to. I can just not hang out with people who tolerate racism. Like I had a friend once who called me, I had a friend once, and I hesitate to say the word friend, but I had a friend once who called me the N-word, while me and some other friends were hopping online to play video games together, and he called me the N-word, and I was like, what? Like, one, I'm not a person of color. Two, why would you say that to anybody? And you are not a person of color to say that word anyway. Like, you don't have the right to say that word or to use it in any context. So I was left a little dumbfounded, and a lot of my friends that were still hanging out with him kind of thought that it was just funny, and that they kind of laughed it off, and there were no consequences for their actions. And I was like, okay, I don't need to tolerate that. I don't need to be there. Yeah, yuck is yuck would be a good word to start. But yeah, I'm too old to be fooling around with that. And honestly, I don't want people who tolerate racism to feel comfortable in my friendship, like in a relationship with me. Like, it's kind of like you hear someone, me being a white guy, a white straight-ish white guy. Sometimes people think that because I'm a white guy that like when they lean over and say something, you know, if a stranger leans over and says something kind of offensive, they think that I'm safe to say that in front of because I am a white guy. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. Get that out of here. I will call you out so fast and make you embarrassed because that is not okay. And I feel bad for myself because you felt comfortable saying that in front of me and saying that to me about other people. It gets me heated. Like I'm a pretty chill person, and I'm not a very violent person. I try not to be aggressive. I have a temper, which is why like I do my best to like never let it come out. But if there is one thing that like pushes me over the top, it's that kind of stuff. Like I will explode on some fool who thinks that they're comfortable enough to say that kind of stuff, and I'll just be belligerent. Like it won't even be like a good explosion. It will be pretty intolerable even for myself. And you know, like Nims has said it before, like I live about 35-40 minutes north of him, in a smaller town in Kansas City, so unfortunately I hear that stuff quite a bit, especially, and sadly I've heard that while being in the education system, from parents, from community members, even from teachers, which is never a fun thing, because then you get to send an awkward email to HR. Heard that a lot of that growing up small town. Oh yeah, same. Like, I grew up in a small town. My freshman year of high school, I was in a like a small town, and like so small to the point it was like 300 people in the whole town. I was only there my freshman year because that was the year I lived with my dad. I made the freshman class 12th, so there was 11 of them before me, and then there were 12 when I got there. And then yeah, there were two black kids in the whole town, and it was like 1955 in that town, because like we would go to the grocery store, like I would hang out with him. It was him and his little brother, and they were like a year or two younger than me. So like we'd go to the grocery store to like get candy or something, and they were following, like one of the shopkeepers was like following us around, and I thought it was they were following us around because we were teenage boys. Nope. One of the kids leaned over and goes, "You know they're following because my brother and I go, oh, that makes sense." Like it was one of those moments that I didn't even realize it until they pointed it out. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, so I was mad at myself for not noticing, and then I was mad because I was like, they knew right from the bat what was happening because it happened so often. And I was like, oh man. So like that started me on like my my personal quest of like not being that guy. Come on, give me a good trade. You two. And you three. Haha. No. I mean, that's a good trade, but not what I want. Also a good trade. The same good trade, which is suspicious. Alright, we're gonna let that go for a little bit. Do a little work over here on our crafting and brewing area. Okay, let me pull up the screenshots. Aha, that's the one I want. We're gonna work on the backside. There we go. Okay. So we need the chocolate wood, chocolate slabs. That's, we need the, do we have the other trapdoors in here? There we go. That should be enough. We've got those. Let's take these as well. Do we need more black stained glass? We probably do. I was going to use tinted glass, but then I remembered that can't make paints out of them. Better go for now. I'll for sure see you sometime later today. Have a good stream. Thank you, Clawley. You have a good day, too. Just think good thoughts at that dentist. You know? Just push through it as much as you can. I know that's not great advice, but that's all I got for you. So 1, 2, 3. Maybe 3. And then we can start that. All right. Have a good one, okay, Clawley? Hey, just tell the dentist if it hurts, for every time it hurts, I hurt you back. Just be combative about it. I'm sure they'll love that. Yeah, maybe. You can't worry about the small stuff, though. Have a good one. Yeah, it's small stuff. It's just, little things. Let's see. What does it look like from the inside again? All right. Do I have any more coffee? I do. I do have more coffee. That makes me very happy. Alright. So this starts, the glass panes start here. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot. We need more of the pink stuff. More of the pink wood. It's surprising how much this, like... I'm surprised at how much I like the crimson wood. Not because it's pink or anything like that. It's just... it's a very saturated color. Even the warped wood, the more kind of greenish, bluish stuff, it's very saturated, which isn't a bad thing by any means. It's just like sometimes the wood textures, I feel like they do better because they're subtle. And not textures, colors. But sometimes, I guess, just having a nice saturated color works. Do I have any more of this? I do. It's a good thing. Now, making this building kind of fit, it has kind of gone out the window a little bit. Kind of fit in the, by fit, I mean kind of fit in the style of this village. Just because I'm not using any sand or sandstone. But, you know, we're taking some creative license with it. Alright, so now we're gonna need a little bit of this. No, that doesn't show it. That doesn't show it either. Okay. So I know there's like a slab level on top. I guess I could just do it like that. And then boom. Does that turn? It does. Okay. And then boom. And then we can just do this out the front. Okay. And then we could just do boom. Ooh, let's do this. Like that. No, we want to do it like this. Right? No. How did I do that? Did I do it like this? How did I do this? Well, okay, let's get this part done here. Okay. Oh, I know what I did. I know what I did. I did it like this. That's what happened. I'm so smart. Oh no, not really smart. Just we'll just say I remembered. Not smart, just remembered. All right. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay. Now we need some slabbies. Some slabby slabs. Alright. How does that look? That looks so good. I'm so excited. I love seeing the more creative aspects of this build starting to shine through. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Now we need... We need some of this. Because you go back here. Not just back here, but back here. I probably didn't need it right here at the end, so let's take that off. We can always add it back if we need to. Ah! Fell down twice. Oh, we're getting closer. Drink my coffee while we sleep. All right. Oh, that is looking so good. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. Okay. What else can we do? A lot of it has to do with the roof. We need to convert. We need to make some more netherrack. We need to convert it into some nether bricks. Is that what they're called when you smelt the netherrack? Are they called nether bricks? Like nether something. Nether... Nether brick, yeah. It's called nether brick. And we'll need to combine that with some of the nether wart to make the red nether brick. So let's convert. Oh yes, I forgot we had this smelting in there. We gotta make some more of this fuel source. Boom. 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 Have to do more later. Let's split this so we can cook some a little faster. And let's put this in here. while we go do some more trading. Get some more XP. Sweet, glorious XP. Let's start with pumpkins and melons. Why am I combining all the melons? Because my bone meal, my little composter that's set behind all this for overflow is probably full. Because I had I think a double chest back there. I need to hook it up to, so I can see the output. So I can monitor that a little bit more. But I don't want to do that right now. That would only distract me from today's mission. And today's mission, get our gear. Get gear good. Get good gear. Get good with gear. And we still have three librarians to get locked in. So we have 3 trades left. We just gotta. We got to. Alright, let's do some trading. Wow. There we go. And we'll just throw those in there. Zoom. On to carrots. Carrot time, carrot time. Get some carrots. More carrots. Now, when I made this is only a 1-layer carrot farm. And when I made this, like, it took a while to get carrots kind of started in there. But now, we're like almost all the way full up. You know, this is the last column before it goes to bone meal. But I feel like we are churning through the carrots faster than they are coming in, which is not a bad thing because we have quite the backlog of carrots. So we can kind of afford to burn through a lot of carrots. Because when we burn through a lot of carrots, we get lots of emeralds. Which makes me happy. Lots of emeralds, lots of experience. Just makes me so happy. Look at that, we're up to 35. Let's go do some iron trading. We have not come up with names for those guys yet. We have Carol and Baskin, our kitty cats, but we do not have names for our puppers. We'll have to come up with some good names for them later. Oh, you're Here's Zombert. Zimberto. It's like Roberto, but with a zombie. There we go. Look at all those. So let's take those, craft them up. Boom. Now let's go back. Let's see if those ornery librarians have got their act together. Oh, we've been streaming for an hour and a half. Let me take this time to plug the socials. So here's all the socials. Exclamation point socials. We've got on there Discord. We've got Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, even TikTok. All at Mr. Retro, MMRR, ETRO, 2 M's, 2 R's, ETRO. Hopefully, you enjoy my postings and you enjoy hanging out. I like to stream, I like to have fun, and I like to, you know, be silly. Loyalty too, no thank you. And if you don't want to follow me on a social media, that is perfectly fine. If you just want to hang out with me on stream, no pressure. It's mostly just like if you want to, you know, see what I'm doing. I post more actively on Twitter, and it's mostly because Twitter seems like it's very fast text-based information. If I have something to share, like a picture of something, a screenshot, a short video, or like just like a proper social media posting, I will share it to everything. Twitter's usually like if I want to just share my thoughts on something, I will do so on Twitter. So we have our fortune spoon. Now we need our silky spoon. Silky spoon. We're gonna go very, very mumbo and call that a spoon. Not trying to emulate RetroCraft, just it does, the shovel does kind of look like a spoon. That backstretch feels so good. Alright, how much sugarcane has dropped? Not enough. Not impressed. No, and no. We just need these 3. Come on, friends. Alright, let's, oh, I fell. Let's check our cactus, our cacti, if you will. We're always full. I need to expand the storage on here. But to bone meal you go, because I have already 2 of that. Oh, no, actually, I can put some here. How about that? Let's do that. Because we don't necessarily need to bone meal. So we've got plenty of bone meal in places. Oh, we gotta check our netherrack. Oh, it looks like it's done. Thank you. Okay, so now that I know how it's made, so let's go boom, boom, then boom, boom, boom. And then we'll do this. Okay. That way, make some regular ones too. And then we take this. Actually, let's just do all 24. All right. There are some places we can put this red nether brick wall. Gotta make sure I said it right. Red nether brick wall. Oh, that cough. It came out of nowhere. Okay, so let's look at our screenshots. And by we, I mean me. Because they're my screenshots. And if you would like to see what I'm looking at, you can look over at my YouTube. Exclamation point YT or exclamation point YouTube for that, or on the YouTube Shorts, or exclamation point TikTok, or the clock app. Exclamation point clock app to see the short video I made of this build. You can see it there. Trust me, nothing has changed between those videos and the screenshots I'm looking at, because I just took those screenshots in the live stream where I made those, where I and I made the video of the made the video of the TikToks and stuff. Like right after. Those were the words I needed. Words are hard sometimes. Okay. Boom. Boom. And then you go over. Oh no. I've made this too far. So let's get our Silky Boy out, because we need to Silky Boy these. Thank you. Slowly, slowly. Thank you. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. I believe that's it right there. I believe that is it. Okay. So now we gotta do the same thing. Careful. Careful. Thank you. Boom, boom, boom. Then we go boom, boom, and boom. Fantastic. There it is. There she is. Do I need any more in here, or is that it? That looks like it. What about the outside? Where do I need these on the outside? None on the outside there. On the back, we need them all the way across. And do we need any on the front? No. All right. So now you go back here. Remember, not just back here, back here. There we go. Looks so good. And it's one of those things where some of this detail won't be immediately seen, like you'll have to kind of explore it to see it. But there's nothing wrong with that, I think. I think having to explore it to see it is the fun part. All right. Let's go get some. I do too. Thank you, Mark Mac. But yeah, I do too. It is. I watch a lot of RetroCraft. Specifically, I try to watch different. I try to watch as many of them as I can. One, because it's entertaining, and I like what they do. Two, I really like learning from them. They all have very different building styles. Now, some of them are very similar in how they play and how they build. But others are just very different in the best way. Like, for instance, I really like how Iskall builds. I really like how Mumbo builds. And I really like how Green builds. And they all build differently. And so I'm like, I just, pinch and steal little things from there and try them out and see if I like it. So that roof was very big. That roof design, if you look at it in the TikToks and YouTube Shorts, it's that kind of slumped in design in the middle is, for me, very reminiscent of one season of RetroCraft where Exumavoid really tried to get into that build style of those kind of more dynamic looking roofs. False is really good at that, false symmetry. So I'm a very big proponent of representation and inclusion. And I love the fact that RetroCraft is adding more women or feminine identifying builders. And I love every single one of them because they all have such different building styles. Like Gemini Tay, especially the last season, which was a short season, and this one, very cottagecore-esque, and now she's getting into very elf, like not always like Tolkien elf, but very classic elven building. Pearlescent Moon has a really great build style. I love her eye for color gradients. Scar has a really good eye for art, and he looks at traditional art too when he gets inspired, when he's looking for inspiration to build and getting ideas for building. He looks at traditional art. He looks at traditional art books to get different ideas, which is such a great idea. It's one of those things, it makes perfect sense once you try to dissect it, because Minecraft is a form of 3D art. It's virtual 3D art, but it's still 3D art. So I love the way that they play, and I love how different each hermit builds. And that's what I'm really going for. I really like the building aspect of Minecraft. Redstone is fun. I love learning redstone. It's hard for me to come up with a redstone design to fix a problem. What Nims does is he's good at creating a redstone design to fix a problem, or to be a solution, not necessarily to fix a problem, but to be a solution for something that he's doing. And I'm not great at that stuff. So what I do is I love to watch redstone tutorials so I can learn how to redstone. And I'm good at following tutorials because I was raised by Lego. I love following instructions, especially there are a lot of really good YouTubers out there, Minecraft YouTubers, who do a really good job explaining their redstone in kind of a very non-pretentious way. So I kind of like that. I've never been a fan of, even in the education world, people who are like, I'm an educator and I know these things, therefore that makes me better than you at these things. I'm like, even if that were true, I would never phrase it in that way, because the difference of being better at those things and not being better at those things is really just time. Because I'm not a person, and this is where Nims and I differ a lot. I'm not a person who subscribes to the idea of talent. To me, every skill is learnable, you know, if given the time. If we had infinite time, you could learn infinite skills. And I think redstone, like creative building, is a skill. There are things that you can practice to get better at them. But yeah, I'm a big believer in, you know, if you want to learn something, you got to practice it. You gotta sit down and do it. So yeah, I'm digging that design too. I'm very proud of that design. Because we built it like freehand in creative. that to me is like the best part. Like, I was just sitting in a creative world. I was like, okay, we got to design something. So I, you know, went through it and designed it. Like, I had someone hanging out with me in chat while I was designing it, and they were like, oh wow, this is very different looking. I was like, yeah, it's different than what I am used to building. Because normally I just go with like, okay, let's build things, let's add some depth, and that's it. Depth, interesting design, but I tried to go with something very lived in and dynamic. And I think I got that a little bit. That was my attempt anyway. How long have I been streaming for? Almost 2 hours. Look at that. We're gonna keep going. I thought for a second I had to go to the bathroom, but it passed. Ooh, Mark Mac, I have a question for you. I haven't seen you on the Patreon server in a little while. On Nims' Patreon server. Are you still playing on it? Or did you kind of take a break? Not much these days. That's understandable. Not by choice. Yeah, life gets in the way. Yeah, it's hard to like schedule yourself for fun. Like, so I play. This is my streaming world. I also play on Nim's Patreon server, and then I run my own server for like my close friends. You know, and I pay for it, and it's the same hosting service that Nims chose for the new hosting service for his server. So I've been using it for a while, and I've hosted a server there before, and I very rarely play on it now. Like, I try to play on it at least once a week to kind of check in, see how my friends' builds are coming, things like that. But getting those LinkedIn job notification things. But yeah, it's hard to schedule fun free time. But whenever you have the time, and if you are needing items, you know where my base is. Feel free to grab what you need. You know, as long as it's a renewable thing, you know, not a huge deal. I have more villagers, more traders of different kinds. So if you need blocks or enchanted stuff or like I have a lot more armors and weaponsmiths and toolsmiths, so you can gear up pretty easily. Yeah, my only request is that you try and AFK for a little bit, or not AFK, just be there long enough to kind of refresh some resources. But other than that, man, yeah, feel free to stop by and gear up and do all that kind of stuff. As long as you're not like straight up griefing, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, it is a little community server. Like, I think it's great to help each other out on servers. I think James in community servers gets a little protective. He's like, I'll trade stuff for you, and I'm just like, oh, come on, man. We can just like trading stuff is great, especially like if you need something or if I need something. Trading is awesome. But like, I'd rather just like give people stuff, especially if I have excess. Like, even more if I have excess. Like, there's no way I can use all of the diamond armor that I can ever trade for, so I might as well let people come over and use the armor to get armored up or whatever, you know, like. Get some levels by getting some bookshelves. That's what we're gonna do. Bookshelves. There we go. Look at all those beautiful bookshelves. Beautiful. I don't have too many fancy items to have extra, like a elytra or anything, because I've died twice, and that means I've lost 2 elytra already. So I just got another elytra recently. So I've been really protective of it. But if you're ever on at the same time as me, I have plenty of shulker shells. I think I've got like 2.5 stacks of shells. So I can make you, they're in my ender chest, so I'd have to be on. But I can make you a couple shulker boxes if you would like some shulker boxes too. I would be more than happy to do that. Yeah, 2.5 stacks of shells. Alright, so this is my silk touch axe. So we need our silky chopper. Silky chopper. Yeah, so if you're ever on when I'm on, just head on by my base and I'll make you a couple of shulker shells, so you can like load up on lots of items, you know, like extras of things if you need them, any of that stuff, honestly. Like, again, I can't use it all. Like if you need stuff to start farms, especially if it's like carrots, because I have an automatic carrot farm Right now, I don't have any of the other farms automatic except for pumpkin and melon. So you can grab yourself some of those to get started. Carrots. But yeah, once I have all the other ones, you are more than welcome. Let's use our silky boy and get in there and grab some of these. So boom, boom, boom. There we go. I love using these. Love getting this stuff. It's so much fun. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Amethyst was such a good block to add to this game. I think it's so good. And I love the fact that you can harvest the different growth rates. I think that's super cool. There we go. And it just gets picked up right there. Boom and boom. I need to have a more elegant way of doing that. Of getting in and out instead of just breaking the glass each time. Let me make a door. Hate that you can't harvest the cracked pieces. Yeah, then it would make it like too easy to make a farm, I think. I like the fact that you have to make a location-based farm. I think that adds a level of difficulty that you normally wouldn't have in a farm. You know, it's kind of like when you use mob spawners. Like, to me, that's a location-based farm. Now, the only difference with mob spawners is that you can kind of redirect them a little bit with water. And I guess you can here with the harvesting and then collection. But, like, you can redirect mobs from a mob spawner as long as you are within a certain range of the spawner that they start spawning. To the killing chamber. But yeah, like it kind of makes you have to create a farm in a certain location. But what's really nice about geodes and where the amethysts are, excuse me, that TH or that too much S sound caught my tongue up. The good thing about them is that they're pretty prevalent. Like, pretty common. You can find them in a lot of places. Like, I have one like right by my storage center on Nimsa's server. Like my main storage area. And there's another one pretty close that I found too. I won't probably use that one for farming, but yeah, they're common enough that you can probably find one close to wherever you have a base. Like, you may have to travel or maybe even have a nether portal to get there to kind of shorten the gap, but it would never be by much. At least that's what I am suspecting. And from my experience, they've been fairly common. I don't want to speak for anyone else's experience on there, but I think, pretty sure they're pretty common. But I kind of like that challenge of you have to build a location-based farm. You know what mechanic I think is really cool and really frustrating all at the same time? That piglins turn into zombified piglins when you bring them to the overworld. Same thing with hoglins and zombified hoglins. And I think that's like a really cool mechanic. And the reason why I find it frustrating, there we go. The reason why I find it frustrating is like if I wanted to, let's say, make a zoo of all the different mobs and animals in the game, I have to make a Nether-based zoo and an overworld-based zoo in their respective dimensions. Because you can't bring a piglin or a hoglin to the overworld without them changing. I wish it were something like similar to like a strider. A strider changes color depending on if it's in lava, if it's hot or cold. Like maybe if you put a piglin or hoglin on like netherrack, it kept them from changing or something like that. I think that could be interesting. That way you could have them in whatever dimension you wanted without them changing to another mob type. Like with Striders, if I think they're purple, or like a paler purple when they aren't in lava, and they kind of like shiver, and they have like a different face. They make kind of like a face when they're cold and out of lava, but when they're in lava, they're kind of a pinkier color. So something like that I think would be pretty interesting. Because I've thought about doing that, like making a zoo. And like, but I guess you couldn't, there are certain animals from the overworld that you can't bring into the Nether because you can't have water. Like an axolotl, yeah, an axolotl will die if it's on land for too long. And then a squid has to be in water, and you can't have water. So there, you know, there are a few mobs that are like that, especially the water-based ones. And then phantoms. Phantoms burn up in daylight, but they kind of react like skeletons and zombies do. As long as there's no sunlight directly on them, they don't burn away. So you could have them. You could have them in like a zoo or in captivity. Makes me think. I thought about doing a zoo on Nim's server, because I think it'd be fun, especially when you get to the ghast. Because ghasts are hard to move around, especially if you don't want them to shoot you. You up here. Actually, no. Just do this. Do this. And then we'll do this. Okay. Ooh, I would love to go again. Aw. Aw. If I go over here, do you reset? Aw, that makes me sad. It gives me the sad. There we go. And then we put you there. Got quite a bit of buffer. I'm gonna try and keep trading, even when stream is done. I'll kind of trade throughout the day until my stream tonight. Is boom. All right, let's head back to the place. All right, before we do any enchantments, we gotta check the villagers. Disappointment. No. I feel like if I separated them from the other villagers, it would probably go faster. But that's just too easy. This is like the 4th or 5th stream that I've like struggled with this. With them being ridiculous. I mean, I could do some of those glass trades to get some experience too. But I do need a lot of bookshelves for the book storage and just for books in general. One of the easiest ways to get books is just trading for bookshelves. Coffee is cold. All right. With the new dosage of the medicine I'm on, I'm trying not to have that much caffeine after noon, because I will just stay wired. So what I'm having now is some sparkling water. Oh, that's so good. I love sparkling water, flavored sparkling water. It's delicious. The black cherry tastes a little funny with the caramel mocha coffee. Ooh. Mending. I'm breaking. Fortune 3. What did I call you? My silky chopper. A hard seltzer fan? No. No. I imagine I probably... And I don't say no because I'm like against it or anything. I just haven't had it. I'm sure I probably would like it if I had it. I like beer and like different kinds of like spirits, like liquor and stuff. So like I like different kinds of beer, and it kind of depends on what time of the year it is, what the weather is, will be kind of what I'm in the mood for. Like for instance, now that it's warmer, I usually get a cerveza. I love Mexi beers, especially when it's warm outside. Like, you know, June, July, August. Someone's having a barbecue. You just sit outside, have yourself like a Pacifico or a Modelo or a Sol. All good stuff. I like cerveza, and then during the winter, I'm a big stout fan. I like to drink a nice dark stout. It's delicious. I'm always really, I try to be careful, like, you know, sometimes I'll imbibe too much in some libations, but try to be conscientious of, like, not developing a habit. Alcoholism kind of runs in the family, so I want to make sure that I'm just always thinking about it, even if I do have too much and I'm feeling too good. Oh, you love Sol? Sol is so good. It was one of those where I was at a Mexican restaurant and I just got it one day. I was like, this is legitimately amazing. Sol is so good. And the place I got it at is a local Mexican restaurant, and they put in a nice fresh slice of lime. So you just squeeze all that lime juice in there, throw the whole piece of lime into the bottle, let it swish around. Delicious. In my opinion, it's very delicious. We're gonna do a little bit more experience grinding. And now that we have mending on our tools, we can sit here and mend up even just this little bit of stuff. My wife and I went to Disney World a while ago, actually. Yeah, it was quite some time ago. But I tried to, you know, people will drink around the world at Epcot because they have the different countries represented. It is almost impossible to actually do, just because there are, if you try to do it in one go, it'd be very difficult just because all the walking. Yeah, you know, and contrary to popular belief, you can't walk off alcohol. In like when you go for a walk thinking, oh, I'm gonna walk it off, what you're actually doing is getting it into your bloodstream faster, making you drunker faster. You don't metabolize it all the way through that fast, it just gets into your bloodstream faster. So people do that, and then by the time they get to like the 6th or 7th country, they're just ready to tap out. Like we've seen people with shirts that have like the countries checked off. But I would do it over the course of the time that we would spend there, the couple days that we would be in Epcot, and so I will try that country's kind of beer. So the one in France was really pretty good, and the one for Japan was delicious. I don't remember what they're called though. I'd have to look it up. But they were all very good. I like trying that stuff. And I'm like, I try not to be the guy who's like, you gotta try this craft beer. It's like, oh, like you like Bud Light, or you like such and such, your palate is so unrefined. I'm like, meh, you like what you like. We have different tastes. It's okay. But yeah, I like to try different things. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. My friends and I in college, we would do a thing where we'd go to Hy-Vee, and they would have like the mix and match 6-packs. So they would just have single bottles of just different kinds of beer, and you can get a 6-pack, and it could just be of random beers or whatever from their singles that they would have. And that's how we would try new beers. Would just be go get a Hy-Vee mix and match, and then we would like kind of create games out of the drinking and stuff by saying whatever you got, you had to drink. No excuses. You had to drink the whole thing. You had to drink all 6. So I learned that I liked Red Stripe. There was a bunch that I figured out that I liked just from doing that. Boom. There was some that were not good though. Like there were some fruit flavored beers that I just wasn't a big fan of. I don't know why. Like, and I don't remember the name of it, but I can kind of imagine like what the label was. And it had like a dog, and it was like a blueberry flavored beer. And it was one of those where we looked at it and they're like, oh, that might taste like a blueberry pie. Like it might taste like be a sweeter kind of beer. And so like I was kind of pumped when I got it. My friends were like, ooh, let us know how that is, because that sounds interesting. It sounds, you know, if that's good, that could be a really fun beer to have, because it would be such an interesting flavor. But it was one of those where you crack it open and you smell it before you drink it. And oof, big oof. It was one of those where you smelled it and you're like, oh my gosh, this smells like feet. It was so bad. And it tasted exactly the same way it smelled, like feet. Come on, boom. Come on, boom. Ooh, what do you got for me? Nothing. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily skunky. And skunky is kind of like, some beers have that kind of, just a tinge of that kind of skunked flavor. Like, okay, I like Stella Artois. I think it's really good. I like their social program where they you can buy like their glass chalices that you can drink from, and when you do, they donate water to countries that don't have running water. So I'm like, I like that, and I like that beer. That beer is just a tiny bit skunky, but this beer didn't taste like that. It just tasted like feet. It was just gross. It was so bad. Like, it was a struggle to finish. Like feet. Like, not even like you know, like when you were a kid and you got out of like PE and you like had you just sweat so much you like had to change your socks, or you're outside working in the yard and like you get changed without like taking a shower, like you just change socks and you just get that whiff of a sock from like sweaty sock feet. That's what it smelled and tasted like. It was so bad. Like, I don't know how they could have made a beverage taste like that. It was like, I don't know how you do that on purpose, let alone on accident. It was disgusting. It was so bad. Just looking at Discord real quick. Notification. But yeah, it was not good. It was not a pleasant taste. Yeah. It was one of those where, like, it scarred me. Like, I try not to drink fruity beers anymore because of it. Because of, like, how much it scarred me. But, yeah, it was one of those where, had I had a better experience with it, it probably wouldn't have been, like, I'd be more willing to give those kind of chance. But, man, it was just, it ruined me on beers like that. Oh, there's a fox there. We need some more help. And since we've got awesome gear, we should be able to last down here at the bottom of the water for a little while. So let's bust a whole bunch of this so we can collect a whole bunch of it. And we're just gonna go by in a boat and pick it all up. Thank you, dolphin. And let's do the thing like this. Where it fills up all that's in my inventory before it hits my hotbar. That was my attempt at a mob farm. Like when I first started this world, it was so bad. It doesn't really work. Like it kinda does, but doesn't. Like it's just dark enough in there to get like a mob or two to spawn. But I will make a dark room mob farm soon enough. I don't know how I'm gonna do it though. I like the one I made on Nemesis Patreon server is really good. And I like the design for it. It produces all the drops I need of like the main drops, especially like gunpowder and stuff. So any other farm is gonna have to be similar to it, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I'm not so much in not repeating the technical parts of it. I just don't know what design I would go with to make it look good. So fast in the water. So fast in the water. Man, I love having good gear now. It makes me happy. Oh, look at that. I'm all full up. I can't wait to make a giant furnace array, like a super smelter. I've never made like a giant super smelter before. I have plans for one on Nims's Patreon server, and I have the space dug out for it. I just haven't sat down and made it yet. I have a lot of plans and a lot of things set out ready to go on Nims's stuff. I'm just trying to pace myself. Same thing on here. Like, I'm just slowly going through stuff, making sure that all my builds are very, like, I really want to lean into building creatively. Not just building a farm to build the farm and then moving on to the next farm. Like, I want to make the farm look good. I want to make it, you know, run well. And I also want to make it just useful, other than just for the mobs or for the drops it's going to have. Like, it's one of the reasons why I have the sugarcane farm the way it is so I can interact with it, you know, multiple times. So it's not just I only interact with it when I want to get sugarcane for paper or whatever. I want to be able to appreciate my farms and all my builds. Boats are so much fun. Like, boats in Minecraft almost make me want... I almost want them to make a land-based vehicle. Like, could you imagine? It would never work. They wouldn't do it just because it would look very modded. Just because they don't have a lot of mechanical things like that in Minecraft. Like any sort of vehicle in Minecraft is going to feel very weird. Especially when we have things like horses. Because horses accomplish a lot of the same things that like a car would in Minecraft. I'm gonna put you here. We're gonna go check on our villagers. How dare you? How dare you? And how dare you? But like, so we have essentially gliders, which are the elytras, which with rockets allow you to fly. Now you only get propulsion-based flight, so you don't get hover-based flight, which I think Nims has talked about that, like being able to ride a bee, to have a slow hover-based flight. I think that would be interesting, especially if it was based on a mob. Let's see, what else could there be? I think a bicycle would be interesting. But how would that be different than a horse? How could they make a bicycle different than a horse? Horses can jump. They have varying speeds and jump heights depending on their on what you have bred them to do, essentially. Because you can change, you can enhance the jumping and speed and stuff like that. Ooh, Markback, I don't know if you've seen this. I have a TikTok and a YouTube Shorts about this too, But yeah, this is my pointed dripstone farm. It kind of looks like I took inspiration from like cemetery mausoleums and the Parisian catacombs. So this is up top. And then underneath is the Parisian catacombs kind of feel. So this is where all the pointed dripstone goes. I usually just will craft that and put it into blocks over here. And then I have a lava farm up there on the surface, and it goes down here in these little sections. I have a bunk bed, a little crafting center. Yeah, it's one of the it's relatively new, I think, on my TikTok and YouTube ones. I've had it for a little while. And I think I've shown it in like in stills before, but I don't think I've ever shown it in like a short video. But yeah, I just will fill up the lava, throw it in the chest, and then it goes down into the separate little storage areas underneath. But yeah. All right, let's go check our kelpage. This is my very cheap lichen farm. It works. I have a really cool lichen farm on the Patreon server. It's super cool. Very happy with it. Let's refill these. Okay, let's go check our villagers. You ever think of building a lava farm near furnaces to fuel them? Yes and no. And the reason why I go back and forth on it is lava is nice to use for furnaces because it's like the longest lasting fuel. But to use it, like to automate using it, we've got mending already. To automate using it can be kind of a pain because the output of the furnace will also output the bucket, which isn't a huge problem, but after a while those buckets will stack and build up. So you might eventually have to then build a filter for your buckets, which could become annoying. It just kind of depends. If I need it, yes. I like to use lava, like let's say I know I have a bunch of stone to smelt for smooth stone, or a bunch of cobblestone to smelt into stone. And I have like a bunch of chests going into a furnace, and I have a fuel double chest, and I just want to let that just go by itself without having to worry about like a super smelter. I would then fill up that fuel chest with lava and then walk away. So it kind of just depends on how, like, where I would use it and then what I'm using it for. So to answer your question, yes and no. But for like a general super smelter, probably not. Just because it's to farm the lava is still manual. I would want something automatic. So like a bamboo fuel would be very automatic. Yeah, it just kind of depends on the use case. I know, you guys need a bigger home. I gotcha. I gotcha. Alright, let's check you guys one more time. See if we can get you to get something. Come on. Anything? Ooh, you've got something. And it's a nothing. You gonna get it again? Huh? Huh? Oh, you got something. Nothing. Disappointment. Alright. Well, I think that's going to be it for my first stream of Double Stream Day. So, let's go find someone to raid. Let's see who's on. Oh, Nims is on now. Let's go raid Nimmies. TV, is that how you do it? There you go. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me and watching me play. Check me out on all of the socials at Mr. Retro. That's MMRRETRO. That's 2 M's, 2 R's, ETRO. I had fun too, Mark Mac. I will talk to you later. Bye.